right, it is now a little past 5 o'clock. It's about 5 o'clock and 27 seconds right now. 5 o'clock Central Daylight Time, 6 o'clock Eastern, and 3 o'clock Pacific right here.
From America's Heartland, this is GJRB, Clinton, Iowa.
Yeah, right. Gary J. Russell with you. Hope you're enjoying the music. Yeah, we got some good stuff coming up in the last hour. We'll also feature 45 minutes of continuous music. Got some more good stuff. We'll also be doing our Spreaker shout-outs. So that's coming up in this final hour of the program. Also, we'll take a look at what's coming up on GJRB's programming schedule as we are getting ready for a update on that. Some program change announcements. Once again, I mentioned at the top of the show. We're going to mention that. We'll mention that, plus some other programming updates. So keep it here on GJRB Online. We'll have all the details on those coming up. But right now, it's time to take a look at what's coming up this hour on GJRB Online here on Spreaker across America. Yeah. Well, this isn't Stevie Wonder. This is a group they call the Apologetics. They're coming up with Superficial.
No one's looking past. Devil in the breakfast. Do you really think that the Lord judges man on the surface? Superficial, change your ways.
And we'll also hit some of the songs we haven't played yet. Not sure we played The Sound of a Broken Heart, but we'll probably throw that in there because I want that song to be played just a lot more often. It's a fabulous tune. So we'll have Kevin Gross coming up. Yeah, that one. We'll have this one coming up because we haven't played it yet. It's coming up on our GJRB list. Even if we did play, we'll play it again only because it's going to get heavy rotated. Yeah, we'll play it then. Oh yeah, we got that all coming up. And we'll play some other good tunes, so keep it here in the last hour of our GJRB show. Gary J in the afternoon right here on Spreaker across America. Thanks a lot for tuning in wherever you're listening across the USA. GJRB Online here. So let's get started. Gary J in the afternoon. And like I said, this song really isn't Stevie Wonder. It's a group called the Apologetics. I always say that every time we play this, but hey, it's a great tune. It's Superficial on Gary J in the afternoon.
Whitewash on your wall. Very superficial. Letter of the law. There's too much obeying. No one's looking past. Devil in the breakfast. Spreading pretty fast.
Oh yeah, of course that's a good one. That's not Stevie Wonder though. It's the one of the superficial apologetics right here with GJRB and Gary J. Yeah, across America and around the world, GJRB online here on Spreaker. This is the newest one. This is kind of a hit to me, man. This guy could take this song to number 1 on GJRB's chart. Sound of a Breaking Heart, Kevin Gross.
All over the world, it happens to boys, it happens to girls. Time marches forward, it moves too damn fast. One breath is your fast, baby. One breath is your last. And then there's a sound. The sound of a breaking heart. That's the sound of a breaking heart. Oh, no. That's the sound of a breaking heart. That's the sound of a breaking heart. That's the sound of a breaking heart. Damn, damn, damn. Well, you can't run, but you can't hide. And no matter how lonely you feel, you leave people behind. Well, they can't save you, baby. They can't keep you alive. No amount of money, no amount of time. They start making a sound. Hear the sound of a breaking heart. That's the sound of a breaking heart. That's the sound. That's the sound of a breaking heart. The sound of breaking heart. The sound of a breaking heart. Oh, that's the sound of a breaking heart. Can you hear it, baby? When you lose somebody you love, there ain't nothing you can do. Damn, 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 damn. A big difference in sound can buy you some time, but no matter how hard you try, you leave people behind. It's a hard cost of living, baby. It's a bill we all pay. Death is hard on the living, but the dead get away. They start hearing the sound, making the sound of a breaking heart. That's the sound of a breaking heart. Oh God, that's the sound of a breaking heart. It's the sound of breaking heart. You know, when you lose somebody you love, damn, damn, damn. That's the sound of a breaking heart. It's the sound of breaking heart. That's the sound of a breaking heart. That kills you, baby. That's the sound of a breaking heart. It's the damn sound of breaking heart.
Not the place where I was born or brought up. It's become a special place for me. Now I think it's about time I caught up with all the good things happening to me. Snowy River, you've been a friend to me. I'd like to thank you gratefully. Snowy River, you're branded in this. Someday soon I'll be with them again. Snowy River, you've been a friend to me. I'd like to thank you gratefully. Snowy River, you're branded in my heart. You'll always stay a part of me. Snowy River, what a friend you've been to me. I'd like to thank you gratefully. Snowy River, you're branded in my heart. You'll always stay a part of me. You'll always stay a part of me.
Rock, country, jazz, adult standards, and all kinds of favorites. There's variety in the music on GJRB.
Well, she strutted to the dance floor at the Red Dog Inn. The band started playing as she began to spin. She rolled around like thunder, lightning in her eyes. The floor started smoking, the Red Dog came alive. She did the honky-tonk boogie and closed the Red Dog Inn. Well, the drummer came alive and cut a boogie-woogie groove. The band flew into action as they matched their every move. Everybody formed a circle and spurned around the floor. She did the honky-tonk and stomp. They hollered up for more. She did the honky-tonk boogie and closed the Red Dog. She did the honky-tonk boogie. Yeah, the honky-tonk boogie. She did the honky-tonk boogie and closed the Red Dog. She did the honky-tonk boogie. Whoa, the honky-tonk boogie. She did the honky-tonk boogie and closed the Red Dog. Now the crowd rushed to join her in a fiery boogie beat. The Red Dog shook and shuddered from the thunder of their feet. The walls crashed around them, but the beat went on and on. And when the dust had settled, they had realized she'd gone. They did the honky-tonk boogie and closed the Red Dog. They did the honky-tonk boogie. Oh, the honky-tonk boogie. They did the honky-tonk boogie and closed the Red Dog. She did the honky-tonk boogie. Well, the honky-tonk boogie. She did the honky-tonk boogie and closed the Red Dog.
I've wasted your favors and done so much wrong. But I'm down to my last prayer, and I'm begging you, please, is there room at the river for someone like me? Is there room at the river for someone like me? Will I find you waiting to wash my life clean? Lord, I know I can't stand until I fall on my knees. Is there room at the river for someone like me? I know I've tried your patience and I've stolen your gifts. You still reached your hand out, gave my heart a lift. Well, I know that you've been watching and you don't like what you see. Is there room at the river for someone like me? Is there room at the river for someone like me? Will I find you waiting to wash my life clean? Will you tell John the Baptist, oh, to set my soul free? Is there room at the river for someone like me? Oh, is there room at the river for someone like me?
Now, here's another big hit I once owned from Gary J's Dusty 45 collection.
Hey, did you happen to see the most beautiful girl in the world? And if you did, was she crying, crying? Hey, if you happen to see the most beautiful girl that walked out on me, tell her I'm sorry. Tell her I need my baby. Oh, won't you tell her that I love her? I woke up this morning, realized what I had done. I stood alone in the cold gray dawn and knew I'd lost my morning sun. I lost my head and I said some things. Now comes the heartaches that the morning brings. I know I'm wrong, but I couldn't see. I let my world slip away from me. So hey, did you happen to see the most beautiful girl in the world? And if you did, was she crying, crying? Hey, if you happen to see the most beautiful girl that walked out on me, Tell her I'm sorry. Tell her I need my baby. Oh, won't you tell her that I love her? If you happen to see the most beautiful girl that walked out on me, tell her I'm sorry.
GJRB Online on Spreaker, bringing back classic there for you. That's The Most Beautiful Girl, Charlie Rich, from my Dusty 45 collection. I also had that on an album. It was the greatest hits album with Charlie Rich. Anyway, Gary J. Russell with you here on Spreaker across America, bringing you best of the classics, best of both worlds, and all kinds of music. Best variety of music here on GJRB Online. And this is Gary J. in the afternoon, bringing you the best in music here on Spreaker across America. And if you like our music and like the show, hit that like button. You know, like Ed Delgado always says, you got to smash that like button. Because that's indicator that you're out there liking the show, and it goes into the algorithms there, and sometimes it becomes a suggested show, radio station that you can listen to, GJRB Online, here on Spreaker, and get a chance to, get your song requested to. We just kind of do that once in a while. And we'll have Weather on the Fives coming up here, and reminder, or we'll have our the Spreaker shout-outs brought to you by Spreaker, and a whole lot more coming up. We got weather on the fives right now. Let's take a look at some of the weather in some cities. There's a tornado warning out in North Carolina right now. Let's take a look at some of these current temperatures. 56 degrees right now in Seattle, 61 degrees in Portland, 48 degrees in Billings, Montana, 41 degrees in Bismarck, and 44 in Minneapolis, St. Paul, Minnesota. Down the map, 76 degrees in Oklahoma City. Lubbock, Texas is checking in with 80 degrees, 76 degrees in Shreveport. Here is Weather Nation.
Welcome back to Weather Nation. We have a tornado warning that remains in effect. Eastern North Carolina. Let me back out here a little bit to show you where we are. Raleigh is our radar site, but just to the west and south of Greenville, North Carolina, near Goldsboro is where we have a tornado warning now. LaGrange to Goldsboro. That's going to be for Wayne County. Tornado warning remains in effect until 6:45 for East Central Wayne County. And as it moves on to the east and to the northeast, we'll be watching that very, very closely. Right now, this storm is very near 795, I-795, north-south of 117, 13. It goes east to west, and US 70 out of Goldsboro near Elm Street is what we're looking at. This is US 70 right here, the one near the O. It goes over to Adamsville. But that's where our tornado, our likely tornado, is going to be. Moving on to the east now, and doing so at a fairly decent clip at about 35 miles per hour. Definitely we'll be watching that. Calypso to Clinton, Kingston, over to Greenville, and northward up by 95. Still more thunderstorms there that are popping up. We'll watch those very closely as we go through the next little while. Nationally, we still have showers and quite a bit of heavy rainfall into the east, across from Buffalo now eastward and into eastern sections of Pennsylvania and New York State. That goes southward into Philadelphia. Some of the heavy rainfall there into Philadelphia at the moment, down to Dover and into the Delmarva, and as we get further into the eastern portions of the United States, that's where we run back into our tornado warning there across the eastern sections of North Carolina, and certainly we'll be watching that. The upper Midwest has some light rain still falling here, and as you go further to the west, it's all rain into Montana, but that'll be changing over around Great Falls, I-15 over the next hour or two. We'll start to see more snowfall there as we go through the next couple of hours, as well as into the Colorado Rockies. Not the next couple of hours. We do have some mountain snows that are still occurring. Braxton Ridge has had quite a bit of snow over the last couple of days, and in the bullseye again for the next storm system in the next 24 hours here, Matt.
Yeah, David, Breck is doing very well. Pretty soon ski season will be full on. They're actually doing some skiing already in the Colorado Rockies at 2 or 3 different ski resorts, and then one by one as we start getting through November, they'll all start opening on up, especially if if we can have help from Mother Nature, that is always a good thing. And here's the next clipper. It's already coming in through Montana. So last number of hours, it's rain, Missoula, Kalispell, Flathead Lake, down through Helena, and up through Great Falls. Eventually, thanks to some nighttime cooling and more cool air coming in behind that little system, we're going to change this over into some snow. So Great Falls, another 1 to 3 inches of snow, and then up towards the mountains, probably 4 to 8 inches of snow with winter weather advisories for Great Falls, Interstate 15 off to the south and the southeast. And this is kind of the crazy part of this storm. On the western side, back behind the front, you have the snow coming in. On the eastern side, from Lewistown through Jordan, Miles City, up and down I-94 through Billings, there is the threat, the small threat, but a threat nonetheless, for a few strong to severe thunderstorms over the next number of hours. So the snow is going to come in later on tonight, overnight, early tomorrow morning, and then we could get a few storms popping here over the next 3 or 4 hours.
And we'll keep you on top of that weather forecast. Don't forget, you live in those communities, in those areas, watch your local TV station for continuous weather information. Whether on the 5s, 25 and 45 minutes past the hour in all music shows, 25, 55 talk shows, or any time in the hour that ends in 5. Whether on the 5s daily, right here on GJRB Online. Stay tuned. Coming up next, I'll be taking a look at Spreaker shout-outs to all the Spreaker listeners and tell you what's going to be on tonight on Spreaker. So stay tuned. That's next. And you're listening to GJRB Online here on Spreaker across America. And I thank you so much for tuning into the program, and I hope you'll stay with me with the best in music, and we'll have some more great music for you here on GJRB Online, here on Spreaker across America, and hope you're enjoying the program wherever you're listening across the USA, and we're going to be wrapping it up here real soon. Got some more great music before we close out, and we have one more look at our weather on the 5s for Clinton again. And, of course, we just keeping a check on all the storms going on the east and the Midwest. And, boy, oh, boy, storms are just rolling through. But we've been having some high winds here in Clinton, Iowa. We'll take a look at that forecast coming up for you here on GJRB Online. Coming up with weather on the 5s. We'll also do our Spreaker shout-outs and take a look at what's coming up next on Spreaker and our GJRB Online. All coming up here on GJRB Online. Let's get back into more music. Until then, with 70 times 7 and the power of prayer.
Voices that call out to the Lord in the night. You hear the power of prayer. People who talk right to the Lord every night. You hear the power of prayer. Hearts that sing out, praising the Lord in His might. You hear. I call on the Lord, and He knows my name. I open my heart, and I bear Him my shame. He always forgives, never leaves me to blame. With Him in my life, nothing's ever the same. See the power of prayer. Works that are done thanks to the Lord's intervention. See the power of prayer. Battles are won thanks to the Lord's dedication. See the power of prayer. Healing the sick thanks to the Lord's medication. See, I call on the Lord, and He knows my heart. I ask for His help, and He does His part. cry out his name, and he isn't far. His love is a light as bright as a star.
GGRB Online, great tune there. It's Power of Prayer. Done by, I'm done with that song. Where is that down there? So I'm going to cut that off because we already played it. All right, the Power of Prayer. That is a 70 times 7 from our friends in Pittsburgh and the group Pennsylvania there called 70 times 7 at Bethel Park. Gary J. Russell with you here on Spreaker across America, and we're wrapping up here. About 19 minutes left of the show, regular show to go. Nobody in the room here, so we're just going to be closing it up straight up at 6 o'clock. So we're going to get our features in here and talk about what's coming up on GGRB Online. So we're going to use this time plus whatever left at the till 6 o'clock. We'll flip at the we'll flip over with an ID and then come back to conclude the show with one more song. So we'll do it that way, okay? So we're just going to do that. But while I'm setting things up, I want to remind you what we got coming up on GGRB Online. First of all, like I said earlier, there are some changes in our GJRB schedule. Originally today we were going to do Radioland. That program, I canceled it because I was not ready. The program was not ready to go on. So I moved that up to, that will air on November the 12th. Okay, November 12th. Okay, that show will air November 12th. Radioland, right here on GGRB Online. So tune in on November 12th. That's a Tuesday afternoon. And that will be when it's going to run in the schedule I pieced together. It's going to be on Wednesday afternoon, Radioland. And we have a great show lined up for you on that program. As I told you before, the adventures of Philip Marlowe and Sherlock Holmes and some great comedy. We got old radio soap opera, radio version of The Guiding Light. We have Gunsmoke, and we'll play game shows, including You Bet Your Life and Groucho Marx, and a show called Can You Top This, which was redone a few times on television. But originally, I guess it was on radio. Can You Top This? A lot of other great shows that will be coming up in just about, I'd say, what is that, a couple of weeks from now? Let me take a look here. Today is the 22nd. It's going to be, let's see here. It'll be just about a couple of weeks from now. So all we do is postpone it 2 weeks. That'll give me some time to work on that program. So that will not air today. Radioland not airing today, but we'll have that on the air on November 12th. Jumping up and back about a couple of weeks earlier, about a week earlier than that, on November 8th, will be the last 7 days and Way Out There. Now, we usually have scheduled crooners and radio, television, and movie classics, but I don't have a new show ready. And I'm going to be working on some coming shows. So that show, I think that as far as I'm concerned, radio, television, and movie classics, this last episode ended its season. I'll try to get one more show in, but we'll see what happens. I'm going to see what we can do about putting one more show in this season, and then that season's going to come to an end. We're going to take a little break for holiday programming, and then we'll be back in January 2020 with a whole new fleet of episodes of that show. But once again, radio, television, and movie classics and crooners taking a break for this time around, but we'll try to get an extra crooners episode in there too as well, squeeze that into November at our spontaneous schedules. I'm trying to piece that schedule puzzle together, and we'll work on that one because it's taken a while. I've got a program that I'm starting with my friend Brian, so things are going to get a little bit switched around here. It's not going to be what was originally planned. I'm working on a schedule that'll work around that. I'll only meet with them maybe twice a week at best. So I will probably have that show, but it will probably be set a little differently. So just to let you know about that. We're going to do it, but it's going to be a while. How we're going to schedule things aside from that in a 2 week, 2 days out of the week, or whatever, I got to work around it. So we're going to get scheduled, planned, and we'll work that out. And then December, when we start our new premium, when we go up to 3 hours, then programming is going to be a little different. We're going to be piecing together different programmings around what I'm going to be doing with Brian. And we're going to have an extra voice on our station, too, by the way. I'm going to take a break from that, let you know what else is going on. But first, it's time to take a look at our final weather on the fives. One more time for Clinton, Iowa. First, before we do that, let's take a look again at the temperatures across the nation. And then we'll do the Clinton weather forecast. But and then we'll get back to our schedule here before we close out, because we have, let's see, on this particular segment, we have about under 3 minutes left to go. So I'm going to just use that time to set up our next segment. So that's what I'm working on right now, getting that set up. But right now, let's before we take a look at our Clinton weather forecast, let's take a look at Los Angeles. It's 90 degrees and sunny right now. 90 in Los Angeles. Salem, Massachusetts is 55 degrees right now and cloudy. North Platte, Nebraska is 59 degrees and mostly cloudy. Paducah, Kentucky, 61 degrees and mostly cloudy. Houston, Texas, checking in, 76 degrees and sunny skies right now. And if you go into Fairbanks, Alaska right now, sunshine. I think they were dark already. 33 degrees right now, Fairbanks, Alaska. Tampa, 83. And 63 and mostly cloudy in Provo, Utah. But right now here in Clinton, Iowa, at our Mayer Farms Eagle Point station, 51 degrees. It feels like 51 right now. Our relative humidity is at 57%. dew point 36, barometric pressure 29.76 inches of mercury. We have a moderate UV index of 3. We have good air quality at 27, ragweed pollen at 3, and it's dry conditions right now at 0. Once again, partly cloudy skies tonight, low around 35 degrees, with west-southwest winds 15 to 25 miles per hour, and winds could occasionally gust to 40 miles per hour tonight. So that rains continue, and we have a chance of let's see, tomorrow, let's see, mostly cloudy skies. We'll have a high of 57, south-southwest winds at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And then tomorrow night, Wednesday night, we're looking at a few clouds, low around 35, with northwest winds at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Chance of precipitation tonight, 10%, tomorrow 20%, 10% tomorrow night. Once again, 51 degrees at our GJRB Spreaker Studios just above Lion Shopping District, Clinton. Weather on the 5s, 25 and 45 past the hour on all music shows, 25, 25, and 55 past the hour on all talk shows, or any time in the hour that ends in 5. Weather on the 5s. Okay, we're going to be getting down to, we got down to 1 minute left to go in this segment, so we're going to do is take a quick break for station identification, and then coming back on the other side, we'll wrap up our show with a few more songs, and we'll do our weather, we'll do our program, our Spreaker shout-outs, and tell you what's coming up next on Spreaker. All coming up next, so stay tuned. We'll just have maybe one more song, and then we're going to close out. So we're going to be doing that here in just a few minutes. Our Spreaker shout-outs, so stand by. It's coming up next. And we got more good stuff right after that here on GJRB Online. Thanks a lot for tuning in to GJRB Online, and thank you for tuning in to our program. Always a pleasure to bring you our show here on GJRB Online here on Spreaker. We're going to take a break, and then we'll be right back right after I take a quick station ID break for our 9-foot signal here on the GJRB Online Network. I'm Gary J. Russin. We'll be right back real shortly.